Hi, welcome to the Whiskey Apprentice. This is going to be my first episode, and what this channel is basically going to be is a channel for whiskey reviews, obviously within the name. I do plan to do some beer, some brandy, whatever alcohols I feel are worth mentioning or something you guys might want to try. Um, so I plan on doing first look reviews, my first look at the alcohols, and if any new products do come on the market, I'd love to be the first to tell you guys whether or not you should consider buying it if it'd be a product you'd be interested in. I also plan to do follow-up reviews, such as, after drinking a whiskey for a little bit, seeing if I might recommend you guys try it on the rocks or mix with something or with sparkling water. If I don't find any new information that I feel worth mentioning, I'm not going to re-review it just to, you know, beat the dead cow, so to speak. Um, and then I do plan on, over extended amount of time, maybe 5 years or so, re-reviewing a whiskey to see if maybe after appreciating all these different whiskeys and brandies, see if my palate develops and maybe I could give you guys a better review and see if my palate grows. And if you guys are new to the whiskey world, this could be a really good way for you guys to see your progression and kind of progress with me because I'm new to whiskey, I'm new to beer, I'm new to a lot of things. So I really like this channel as kind of just a roadmap on how someone might go out enjoying whiskey, beer, brandy, you name it. So for my first review, I'm actually not going to do a whiskey. I thought about this for a while, and I did not know what to do for my first video. And one piece of advice that I did learn is that you should know what flavors you're looking for. So, a very common thing in Scotch is for them to use ex-sherry casks, and that's a flavor that obviously comes through. This is actually my first time ever having sherry, and I decided to maybe give you guys this idea. Um, if you want to be able to tell the notes in a whiskey, you should probably know what your options are. So I just decided I'm going to try sherry. Why not make it my first review? It's something I'd recommend before anyone get a whiskey that's aged in sherry cask, just so that you're better able to understand the flavors you're having. So, without further ado, I already poured myself a glass of this Fairbanks sherry. It's made in California, so it's not an official Spanish sherry. Where sherry came from was in Spain. The short reason of how it came to be is from Spain they would send their white wines to either the U.S. or to England, and on the ships, on the hot hauls, the white wines wouldn't fare very well. So what they ended up doing was adding distilled grape spirits, so an unaged brandy or cognac, and to it so that it held up a little bit better in the ship. So it's on the bottle it says it's medium dry with full body, blended and aged for a mellow, nutty flavor. I just figured it's the only one of the only sherries I can find around me. Figured it's going to be a good enough sort to give me a general idea of what sherry tastes like. It can't give me. Uh, I'm sure some of you reviewers, especially those in Spain, will be like, "That's not a sherry. It's made in California. It's not a good example." I'm not looking for the best sherry. I'm just looking at something that will give me a general perspective of what sherry is supposed to taste like. So with that being said, oh, it is also 17% alcohol by volume. So obviously it's a wine that's had a neutral spirit. I believe it has to be a grape spirit added, so it would be a neutral grape spirit. I would hope. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, obviously, maybe they don't follow the exact rules since it's called a sherry, even though it's made in California, which, as far as my understanding, is illegal. So let's go on to the actual nosing of the sherry. I do not have an actual sherry glass, so I'm just going to be substituting it with a Glencairn just because I know that I'm comfortable with smelling and tasting a whiskey through it and glassware. I mean, yes, maybe I might get better results with a sherry glass, but this isn't really a sherry review. This is more of how to expand your palate and maybe give you guys an idea of what you guys can do in order to better understand your whiskey. So right off the bat from the smell, I'm getting nice nuttiness, I'm getting chocolate, I'm getting like a brandy grape, so like a dry grape, not sweet. If you're not familiar, it's almost like a Concord grape, uh, but no sweetness. It's very nice, light, no alcohol booziness whatsoever compared to a whiskey out of the same glass. Yeah, I'm getting grape, I'm getting like baker's cocoa, a little bit of, I want to say like boiled peanut, not salty peanut, just raw boiled peanut. Well, let's give her a try. A great mouthfeel, nice, a good thick consistency, no burn going down. Well, there's a slight, just straight on your palate, light little burn, which is actually really nice, makes you know you're drinking something. From the taste, the grape definitely comes through up front, and then you finish with kind of a chocolatey, more like cocoa, like definitely dark chocolate or cocoa, not a milk chocolate by any means. You get a definite nuttiness, which I'm gonna say is peanut. I do think it's peanut. Um, all in all, it's actually really fantastic. It reminds me of a lot of brandies I've had. It's definitely the brandy does dominate the grapes, so you do taste a very good brandy-ish drink. It's my first time having it, and I would definitely recommend. I think I will thoroughly enjoy this bottle. It's a fantastic drink, and I think when I want to take a break from whiskey, this is something I will consider. So that's going to be it for my first show. Going on further, you're probably going to see a lot more whiskey reviews at first, and then a couple beer reviews interspersed. So if you'd like to see more, subscribe because I probably won't show up on your feed unless you are subscribed. So have a nice day. Thank you.